Hello and welcome to my review of the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, and I've had this controller for about 2 months now and I'm absolutely in love. This is the nicest controller I've ever held in my hands. Just coming from a regular controller to the Pro controller, there's just no comparison. It's like night and day. This thing is absolutely amazing. The way it looks, the way it makes you feel, the way you hold it in your hand, you can just feel like it's just something premium, especially after paying $257 Canadian after tax. I hope I would get that feeling, but I'm in love. I've never had a better controller, and it just makes me so excited that I get to play with this and have the upper advantage on almost every... Sorry, I got a little excited. Roll the intro. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and open up what's in the case here. So this is the case, the carrying case that it comes with, and it's a very, very well made case. It feels very premium. I love the look and the feel of it, and it's very durable. Like if I threw this around, I would have a lot of confidence that nothing would be broken on the inside. And yeah, just an overall good build quality from Microsoft, or our boys at Xbox. And in the back, you'll see that there is a little port. That's where you actually plug your USB Type-C, because you can actually charge the controller within this case. And I'll go over that in a little bit. Very neat, but why don't we go ahead and get into the carrying case here, and I'll show you what's inside. Are you ready? Oh, there it is. There's the beautiful controller. This is the Series 2, or the Pro Series 2 controller, and it's a little bit dirty. I thought I'd clean this, but anyways, beautiful controller. So once you open it up, this is what sits there, and it's just such a nice, welcoming experience. Once you open it up, it's just like, boom, ready to go. Take it out, put this to the side. Let's talk about the accessories that come with it. So of course, if you know anything about the Pro Series controllers, they come with extra thumbsticks, which you can add on to your controller if you so please. So this is the long thumbstick, which I would never personally use, but it comes with it. And it's also the concave with the little edges, which I really do like having the edges. It gives you a better grip when you're gaming. Comes with that. Comes with these, gives you two of these ones. These are like short ones, but they don't have the grip around the outside. It doesn't have like the little edge. It's more of like a classical 360 style, which I'm not a fan of. I don't think I'll ever use these, but you know what? If a friend wants to use it and they enjoy that better, they have the option to. This one is the more of a little dome thumbstick. And this one, again, I would never use. I like the ones that come with the controller personally, but that's just me. But yeah, that is the thumbsticks. And you'll notice that it comes with an extra D-pad, which I personally, I mean, this is the OG classic style D-pad from the Xbox controllers, but I don't really like it too much, honestly. I really, really love the feel of the new thumbstick, or the new D-pad that they put on here. Really easy when you're like playing in a game, you need to hit the D-pad. It's just like, there's no guessing where that button is. It's just right there. Easy. I love it. It feels so much better, and I think it looks pretty cool. It makes it look more of a futuristic looking controller. And yeah, we'll talk about the controller itself in a little bit, but I'll show you what else comes in the carrying case. Sorry, this is the charging dock that I was talking about. So of course you saw the hole in the back of the carrying case, and that's because it hooks up to this thing here, the USB Type-C, which then you can place the charging dock within the case. Make sure the USB is plugged in out of the externally of the case, and then you just put your controller on there. You can even close it and then charge your controller within the carrying case, which is actually very, very nice. I love that touch. So yeah, that's the charging dock. Of course, you can also put it on your desk and then just have it charging. It's magnetic. It feels really good when you put it down. Yeah, you can just have it charging on your side table or something like that, whatever you prefer. The choice is yours. Anyways, put this back in the case. And of course, comes with a USB Type-C. It has a very long cord. Like, this is probably over 10 feet in my opinion. It's super long, and it's a nice braided thick cable, and I love that. It's a great feel. Feels very premium. And yeah, that's basically what's in the case. Oh, I forgot one thing for you guys. Just the side. This looks like a SIM card slot little thing for your phone, but actually, I'll show you guys right now. You take off your thumbstick and you actually just spin this, and it tightens the thumbstick. So you just spin it left to loosen it, and then you spin it to the right to tighten it. And I like it personally a little bit more tight. Gives me a better feel. But yeah, this is what this does, and it comes within the case, and it just sits just like this, just like that, right there. Very, very nice touch from Xbox. So we'll go ahead and put this stuff out to the side. And why don't we go ahead and talk more about the controller. Alright guys, so let's talk about the controller itself. So as you probably noticed from my intro, I love this controller. It's so beautiful, it feels great in your hand, and there's so much you can do with it. And I personally love the look of this. It's so aesthetically pleasing, the blacked out look, blacked out grips, everything is just black on black on black, and it just looks so sexy. Compared to the previous controller, I think this is way sexier, especially with the new version. They had the old version where it was like two-tone up here, where this is completely flat black. Can't speak today. And anyways, I think they just killed it with the look, especially with the metallic type of finish at the top here. Just really complements the controller very well. And anyways, I want to talk about the grips, because the grips on the previous controller, apparently they used to peel off, and they fixed that apparently on the new one. And I've had this controller for about 5 months, and I've had no wear or tear at all on this thing, besides of it getting a little bit dirty. The matte finish definitely has fingerprint problems on there. It's really hard to keep clean. However, you don't really notice it too much unless it's under a certain light. But yeah, the grips, they are also wrapped around the entire right side and left side of the controller, versus where it used to be only wrapped around the front side of the Pro controller. So that's a really big improvement right there. The thumb or the D-pad's the exact same as the last controller. Everything's really about the same, besides that this one has a rechargeable battery, whereas the last one you had to get batteries for it, or you had to buy a separate battery charger for it, or a separate rechargeable battery pack. And which is awesome, because this thing lasts about 40 hours, and I've never actually timed it how long the battery lasts, but I know for a fact I've only charged this multiple times during my 5 months of owning this. Like maybe once every 2 weeks of me gaming all the time, I'll actually have to charge this thing. So they definitely, they say it's 40 hours. I would agree with them. It might even be more, in my opinion. It really depends on how much you use it and whatnot. And now I've already talked about the thumbsticks, about how you can tighten them. Honestly, that is really a big game changer right there. If you ever played a regular controller, they kind of feel cheap and not as accurate. Whereas, in my opinion, if you tighten these, it feels a lot more accurate when you're playing in games, trying to aim and stuff like that. It really does give you, in my opinion, an upper advantage on people playing on regular controllers. So that's a really nice feature that I love about this controller. And another thing is just the D-pad. If you're coming from a regular controller, this new D-pad is absolutely game changing, because I mean it looks like a satellite to me, by the way. Super weird looking, but I like the look personally. And it gives you a better feel, and it's more accurate when you're trying to hit it in game. When you're trying to use the D-pad, and on other controllers, like sometimes you miss the D-pad. This one, I rarely miss the D-pad, because even if you hit it a little bit above or a little bit below, it still hits that certain spot. Whereas on a regular D-pad, we have a D-pad like this. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's kind of, you got to make sure that you press it properly. Whereas this one, there is a margin for error, which I really like, especially when you're gaming and it's getting really intense and getting sweaty. It's really nice just to be able to hit it and know that you press the button that you're trying to press. So that is honestly a great upgrade from a regular controller to the Pro controller. You should keep in mind. Now, the old Xbox controllers didn't have Bluetooth before. The Xbox S and the new series and anything newer is obviously going to have Bluetooth from now on, and which is awesome, because you buy an Xbox One controller, you can use it for other things. I can hook this up to my MacBook, and I can play Minecraft, or my MacBook can't really run any other game than Minecraft. However, if you want to, of course, you can use your Xbox controller for more than just Xbox, which in my opinion is amazing. Plus, this Xbox controller, if you're looking to buy it right now and you're like, oh, but the new Xbox is coming out, what if it's not compatible? It is compatible. This controller is compatible with the next Scarlet, or whatever they're going to call it, the Xbox forgot the freaking name of the new Xbox is. They just released it a little while ago, but yeah, it is compatible with the new Xbox, so keep that in mind. If you're holding off until the next Xbox comes out, don't get this controller. It will up your game, and when the new Xbox comes out and you upgrade, this is good to use. All right, and the paddles. I really love having paddles. Some of my friends say, "Oh, what if you hit it by accident when you're in game?" Well, funny enough, they actually shortened the paddles from the previous Pro controller, so I rarely touch them. Like if I'm not trying to touch them, I barely touch them. Every once in a while, yes, it might happen, but having these is actually a great advantage. I find when I'm playing Halo or Apex Legends, having this, just the utility of being able to use this, really helps my game, because if I'm trying to press A or X or Y and I'm still trying to aim, I don't really have to take my thumb off the thumbstick. I can just press the back paddle of whatever button I've mapped it to, and now my thumbs can just dedicate themselves to the thumbsticks, and if I need to, I just hit the back paddles for whatever mapping I've done for them, and it really just improves the game in that sense, because I don't know if you guys have ever played some really sweaty games and all of a sudden you need to aim, but you also need to throw a grenade or punch, and you take your thumb off the thumbstick and you're not looking around, and all of a sudden you get sniped or something bad happens. So honestly, huge upgrade from a regular controller. Definitely consider it, and they have shortened the paddles, so very little of the accidental presses. And one of the coolest features about the Pro controllers is the trigger stops. So this one has 3 different modes you can do. The previous Pro controller only had 2 stops. So this one, you can set it to low, medium, or high. And this one has a very shallow travel distance. So very weird to get used to. I don't know if you've ever tried one of these controllers, but if you haven't, when you set it to the lowest setting, it's little travel distance, and it's so awkward to play. I'm sure if you practice it, it would give you a better advantage in video games like shooters, but really awkward for me. I'm just a traditional guy. I just keep it on the regular setting, and the triggers feel very good compared to the regular Xbox controllers. Just has a really good feel to it. When you press it down, it has a very nice rubbery, solid feeling. I can't even describe it. It just feels really good, and having those different options is very utilitarian for whatever game you're playing. If you want to go ahead and try and learn how to play with a low or a shallow trigger depth, then by all means do that. But it's not for me personally, but I can see the advantage for some gamers. And I want to talk about the left and right bumpers, because this is the one thing I don't like about this controller, is that if you ever come from a regular controller, when you press the bumpers, they're very soft. Whereas these ones are very clicky, and it's, I don't know if you can hear that, very loud too, and I personally don't like that. I really liked the original Xbox bumpers. They felt a lot, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. They were just very soft, whereas these are clicky, and apparently I just don't like it. It's just a personal thing of mine, but you might like it, so that's all that matters if you like it. And this controller is USB Type-C now, as they used to be micro USB, so getting with the times there. Xbox, very big improvement. This controller does have profile select, and it has, I think it's 4 profile selects. So the original Xbox Pro controller had just 2 profile selects, and this one has 4. So yeah, you can have up to 3 people playing, and there's one profile that's just completely basic. It's just the standard default controls. So there's really only 3 customizable profiles, but if you're having like a bunch of people in the same house playing on the same Xbox with the same controller, then honestly that's perfect. So you can have up to 3 people with custom controls and then 1 default profile. So I like that. I just want to mention the game software for this. I'm not going to go over it too much because it's kind of boring, and I don't think you guys really want to see that. But anyways, if you want to go into the gaming software, you can do this new thing where they set up a shift button where you can select any key on your controller, and you just press it and it shifts, and then this maps into an entire different setup. Like X and Y could now turn into like player pause, like your Spotify, or you can say like B is going to be record screen or record gameplay and stuff like that, all with a shift button. So you can dedicate one button to do that. So if you're streaming or stuff like that, you can definitely take advantage of that by mapping a switch button to then map like screen record and stuff like that. And yeah, it's pretty cool in my opinion. All right, guys, and that's basically the Pro Series 2 controller in a nutshell. And as you guys can tell, I really love this thing. Is this for everyone? Maybe not, considering the price. It's $257 Canadian is what I purchased it for after tax, so it's kind of expensive. Even in American dollars, I'm sure that's still a lot of money. A regular controller probably costs about $50 to $70, depending on if there's a sale or not. So it's a big jump in price, but I can say for sure it is 100% worth it, in my opinion. Are you going to be using the paddles, the trigger depths, the interchangeable thumbsticks, the D-pad? If not, then maybe the regular controller is good enough for you. I don't know. It really depends on your personal opinion. I'm just giving you what I think about this controller. 100% worth it in my opinion. It is completely premium controller, and it feels amazing in your hand. And it's going to last even on the next Xbox, so we really can't go wrong on that. It is an investment, but I'm sure this controller would last a lot longer than a regular controller. So other than that, that will do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to go ahead and pick one of these up, I'll leave a link down in the description. You can go ahead and pick one up. It supports my channel. If you're going to buy one anyways, go ahead and support me if you watch this long in my video. And consider subscribing. If you watch this long, we're probably already friends right now. We probably already built a little bit of a relationship going. So other than that, guys, please like my video if you liked it. If you disliked it, dislike, no worries. Let me know what I can do better in my next videos. And hit the bell notification if you want to subscribe and keep up to date. That will make sure you're notified when I have my next upload. And I will upload soon. It's coming up. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
But anyway, these two gentlemen are amazing. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe immediately. Do it.
Can I just say one thing?
Especially me first.
Can I just say one thing? I was actually going to say, Sean is a better YouTuber than me when it comes to knowledge. He knows what he's doing behind a camera.
No.
But what I will say,
Camera stuff.
is this. I am the best YouTuber of all time.